He needs to have a couple more siege tanks so he can reinforce that. Boxer might have gone for that command center a little bit too early, because that one tank with bunker might not be enough to actually contain Stork's counter. And Stork now finally dropping a Reaver and Dragoon behind Boxer's tank in the middle. So Stork is going to be able to take this out, and the tank goes down. So Boxer needs to reinforce this quickly or he's going to lose everything here. That bunker is going to go down to the Reaver. So brilliant play by Stork. He dropped those Dragoons into the middle lane, not necessarily to assault Boxer's expansion, but rather to simply apply pressure to Boxer. And with that pressure, he has been able to drop a Reaver and Dragoon and cut off Boxer's reinforcements and take out that middle contain that Boxer had set up. So quite brilliant and ingenious play from both players here. Boxer with the initial push, going for the risky strategy, but you've got to feel that Stork has neutralize that. However, Boxer did have his expansion up and running earlier, and even though he wasn't mining from it for a short time when Stork's Dragoons pushed up the middle, he's not going to mind that too much, and he's just going to float that command center over and set that up somewhere else. So he's not necessarily lost too many resources, and you will still have to give Boxer a little bit of an edge, but Stork does have more resources, more units on the ground, and Stork now with the Reaver, if Stork can do some damage to Boxer's economy with that Reaver, then Boxer will be in trouble. And Boxer, because he expended resources on expanding quite a lot, and because he has been macroing fairly heavily, does not have a lot of units right now. He does not have a lot of units, so he might find himself in a little bit of trouble with this drop coming up from Stork. He doesn't have a lot of defenses in his main, and Stork's observers have seen that. So Stork now going for a drop in Boxer main. Boxer does have a few units. Stork drops the Reaver and the Dragoon in Boxer's base. Siege tank goes off, so that Reaver did take a hit, and Stork not really doing any effective damage with that drop. So good play by Boxer. He defended that drop quite well, and Stork really is going to have to pull out all the stops to pull out the victory. And Stork now able to go into macro mode himself, just setting up 5 gateways, realizing that he needs to start mass producing units. And Stork setting up another expansion, taking advantage of this opportunity of this lull in play, as well as the sit-up of Adams. So we can expect to see speeded up Zealots, as well as probably Templar quite soon in the game. Stork not showing any indications of wanting to switch to carriers, which would be an absolutely foolish move. Boxer does seem to have a significant force built up in the middle though, and this would be right time for Boxer to push down that middle lane and try and pressure Stork, but obviously he doesn't want to leave his base too undefended. Stork at the moment does not have too many Zealots, so a push by Boxer could prove lethal at this point in time. Boxer building a couple of armories, probably anticipating that Stork might be going for carriers, and Stork now with another drop with the Reaver this time, and that Scarab looks like it's going to be wasted. It's quite unfortunate to see a Scarab like that wasted, and that Scarab did very little damage. It did do a little bit of damage to that tank, but certainly not enough. And Boxer keeping Stork at bay, but Stork is doing a great job here while he set up that second expansion, and Stork is now going to be equal to Boxer in economy, because Boxer is still floating that second command center that he built, the third command center they built slowly but surely, and while Boxer is floating that, Stork has actually got his expansions on either side of his base up and running. So Stork has neutralized, if not equalized, any economic advantage Boxer would have had from that early expo, and Boxer is finally going to set up that command center in just to the south of his base, but Stork has got his Reaver in there, and he's going to be able to deal damage if Boxer sends some SCVs out. Stork is going to be able to deal damage with that Reaver, but Boxer hasn't cleared those lanes yet. Stork, if he managed to push up that bottom lane, would manage to tie up Boxer's resources for a little bit longer, and Stork just setting up his defense. So a lulling activity here, both players content to really sit back and defend, and Stork doing an excellent job of keeping Boxer bottled up, and Stork with the drop of that Reaver and Dragoon forcing Boxer back, and that excellent Reaver drop takes out about 3 vultures with that Reaver, and Stork and just once again slowing Boxer down a little bit and buying himself a little bit more time. Boxer not having again. Stork this time drops right on top of Boxer's siege tank, and that siege tank might get taken down. Stork manages to get off that siege tank. Great micro by Stork, and he's really doing an intensive job of keeping Boxer tied up in his main. Boxer simply not having enough turrets in his main to reduce the mobility of Stork. If he had a few more turrets, he would definitely be able to reduce Stork's mobility. Stork wouldn't be able to harass as effectively, but unfortunately Boxer does not have enough turrets and has not been able to do that. Boxer now with a foray, he's sending a few vultures down to try and harass Stork, and Stork is setting up another expansion now in the middle lane. So Stork setting up his third expansion. Boxer just scouting with those vultures, not really foraying further in. Boxer has got a few Goliaths out, and those Goliaths probably to counter shuttle drops, since Boxer probably ready to push. I feel Boxer has enough units to push now, especially with those Goliaths. He should be able to counter. And Boxer just going ahead with those vultures. He's just trying to plant a couple of spider mines. Those spider mines are going to get taken out. Stork definitely not short on observers, and Stork already has speeded up Zealots. Boxer I feel does not have nearly enough vultures or Goliaths to be able to handle a full-on push by Stork in any given lane. If Stork focuses his forces on a single lane, then Boxer might find himself in trouble, and it looks like Stork is going to do exactly that. Stork looks like he's going to be pushing up the bottom lane, and Boxer is going to find it quite difficult to defend this because his forces are scattered across the map. He has been forced to defend on numerous frontiers by Stork, and he has lost a few vultures, unfortunately, to Stork's attack, and that bottom base is quite undefended. But Boxer has now finally seen that Stork is rushing up. Is he going to have enough time to reinforce that position though? I'm not sure he's going to have enough time to reinforce that base to the south. Stork once again in Bisu-like fashion sending a single Zealot out to harass Boxer to take out the spider mines first, and Stork retreating with his forces because those spider mines gave Boxer enough warning to reinforce his defenses to the south of his main at the South Expo, and that Stork felt that warning was enough of a warning for Boxer for him to retreat. Boxer has now set up another expansion as well, so both players pretty similar in terms of economy. Both players have 3 expansions, though you've got to give Stork a little bit of an edge. Boxer had his first expansion up a little bit earlier than Stork, but Stork did a great job of harassing Boxer's economy, and the investment Boxer made in that second command center, the early investment, did not pay off for Boxer. And Boxer really on the defensive right now. He has been on the defensive since Stork broke that contain of his in the middle lane, and Stork, both players content to macro at this point. Stork has observers all over the map, so he has great information on Boxer's unit movement. Boxer sending out SCVs in his own turn to scout, and Boxer now managed to take out that observer with that turret. Stork now has actually distracted Boxer at the north lane, and he's actually attacking through the south lane at the bottom lane. And Boxer has nothing to defend this here, so Boxer's going to be in a huge world of trouble. Boxer does not have any troops to defend this, and Stork is able to take out the initial defense quite easily without much resistance. Boxer though did have those supply depots, and that slowed Stork's advance down, and Boxer now forced to defend a little bit deeper than he would have liked to, and Stork has taken out 2 of Boxer's siege tanks without losing too many forces, and Stork having enough forces to attack both at the bottom lane as well as the top lane, and Boxer in a world of trouble here. Boxer simply not having enough and being overpowered now. It didn't look like Stork was that far ahead of Boxer in terms of units, but Boxer definitely finding himself caught with his pants down, just not having enough units on the ground to defend, and he was forced to pull his units away from the expansion to the right of his main towards the expansion to the south of his main, and ended up losing that expansion to the north. So Stork doing an effective job of damaging Boxer's economy, and Stork definitely pulling ahead with a decisive advantage now in the game. His own economy unharassed, and Stork has got that fleet beacon up, and so it looks like Stork is ready to make the switch to carriers. Certainly he's far ahead enough in terms of units on the ground and economy to be able to make that switch to carriers without losing too much in the process. However, he may be making a huge mistake here, because he's going to allow Boxer the time to rebuild. He's going to allow Boxer the time to regain his units, because Stork is now going to be focusing on producing carriers. Boxer now is going to go for the expansion, it seems, at the top right corner of the map. Stork, however, does have an observer there, and he should be able to drop on that expansion quite quickly with the shuttle and take it back. So Stork, realizing the vitality of a hidden expansion that often players have used to their advantage, and Stork now it looks like is going to be coming forward with a massive force. He's got about 2 groups of zealots there.